friends, I'm Valeria at Chase and Paper. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while and I hope everyone enjoyed a great summer and still enjoying what summer has to offer. Now, I've had a really busy summer so far, but I made sure to find some time to craft, and I have something special to share with you. I think you're really going to like this project. These are little travel journals which I make out of coupon holders that I found at the Dollar Tree. Okay, can't go wrong with the Dollar Tree find, right? Only $1.25. Now let's open it up and take a quick look. This was my prototype. Inside, we have a couple of pockets right here, and you have a fully removable booklet. That's right. Once you are done writing in it, you can simply take it out and put it away with the rest of your keepsakes. And you can use a fresh booklet and simply easily insert it behind the elastic right here. And you're all set. You can continue writing. Now, the other special thing is that you get to keep all the parts of the coupon holder, and we get to use them in this project as well. This is a really quick and simple project, perfect for a beginner. You don't even have to have any scrapbooking paper to make this. You can use whatever you have on hand, even if it's magazine pages or book pages. You can still make it work. Just wait till you see how easy it is to make these. Now, before we begin, can you please give my video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with a friend or two. It's really going to help my channel grow. Thank you so much, my friends. Now, ready to see how to make these? Let's roll! We are going to begin with the coupon holder. I found it at the Dollar Tree. They come in a variety of colors, so you can choose whichever color you like. I thought this purple one was really pretty. And what I like about it is that it has a durable plastic cover. First thing we are going to do is we are going to gently remove this label. And it comes right off. And on the inside, it has these transparent plastic pockets that are designed to keep your coupons in. Just a few pages, and as you can see, it's attached to the cover. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to remove these pockets. And it's done. Now we are going to hold on to this because I'm going to show you how we can use it in the project later on. Now all we have is the plastic cover. Now if we close our cover and if we take a look on the left side right here, let me bring it a little closer. It's a very narrow spine. It's only about 1/4 of an inch wide. And the spine is where we are going to place our elastic to hold our booklet inside of our journal. So in order to do that, we are going to put 2 holes on the top and 2 holes on the bottom of the spine. I'm going to open the cover up once again, and I'm going to use a ruler and a Sharpie to mark where exactly I need to place those holes. Now, you don't have to measure here. I like to be precise because I think the ending result looks better. But if you can just guesstimate where to put your holes, that works too. Again, we are going to work with that thin little spine. So make sure you mark on the spine. And first, I'm going to measure 1/4 of an inch from the top of my cover right here. And I'm also making sure to place that little mark exactly in the center of that narrow spine, because that's where we are going to pierce those holes. Now my second hole is going to be placed approximately 1.5 inches from the edge. There are my 2 holes for the top, and now I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom, 1/4 of an inch from the edge. and 1.5 from the edge. Perfect. Next, I'm going to use my Crocodile Big Bite to punch those holes. I'm going to make small holes, so I am changing the setting to 1/8. You don't have to use this exact tool. You can use any tool that you normally use to punch holes in your projects. If you don't have anything to punch holes with, you can just use a needle or an ice pick or an awl and pierce your holes. Now, be sure to place those holes exactly where you marked and exactly in the center of that spine. That was the first hole. Now the second one. Two holes on top and 2 holes on the bottom. Right, so now I'm going to use some of these tiny little eyelets that fit 1/8 hole. I am going to flip our cover over, check your settings, and then squeeze. There. And now all our eyelets are set, and we are ready to attach our elastic. I bought this set of elastic cords at the Dollar Tree, and you can see you get 4 different colors, which is really nice, so you really have your choices. And I'm going to use this dark purple color. We are going to need about 2.5 lengths of our spine. I'm taking one end of the cord in each of my hands, and I am going to place it in the hole on top, the one that's closest to the edge, right there. And I'm going to place it in the hole at the bottom, also the one that's closest to the edge. And pull. Now flip it over. Once again, put them in the holes that are a little bit farther from the top and a little bit farther from the bottom. There. Now pull it through. Flip it over again. Now pull it. And then once we find just the right amount of tension, we are going to tie a knot to hold it together. So this is what we have. This longer side of elastic is going to keep our booklet attached to our cover. I'm going to snip off the ends. Now let's take a look right here on the left side. Let me close this cover. And you see, this is what it looks like when it's closed. You can kind of see those rounded pockets. And I am not crazy about that look, okay? I'm just not loving it. I don't really want to see those pieces of plastic in my journal. So there are a couple of different things you can do here. Now, first of all, you can leave it as is. Maybe it doesn't bother you. I'm just not liking that look, but you might. So you can leave it as is and just don't do anything with these pockets. Or you can do exactly what I did with my prototype. Let me show you a little closer. I placed a piece of scrapbooking paper right here. I just tucked it inside of these 2 pockets. And then in order to keep it in without sliding back and forth, I used a long piece of washi tape and I taped it all around. So now all you can see is a beautiful scrapbooking paper of your choice. Now, if you don't have scrapbooking paper, you could use anything like a pretty magazine page or a book page with a nice illustration, but you could put something here. You can tuck something in that you like, and this is all you're going to be able to see. And you can use these pockets to store your ephemera. So that's one option. This is definitely something you can do. I'm going to show you a different option, and this is a lot simpler, less steps and less clunky and a slightly different look. I am going to remove these pockets, and that's really easy to do. We are going to begin at the edge, and we are going to gently lift it up. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this pocket right here. Go nice and slow. There. And now I am going to use my scissors and cut exactly on the line. If you have trouble cutting exactly on the line, you can use your paper cutter. This is a very thin plastic. Paper cutter will do very well with it. But my scissors are right here. There we are. Great. So now that we got rid of the pockets, this is what our cover is going to look like. Less clunky, cleaner and neater look. And we definitely didn't do any of those extra steps. So now let's go ahead and make our booklet. Now here's some papers that I chose for my booklet. You don't have to use any pattern paper if you don't want. You can use just a regular printer paper. But I like to keep my booklets interesting, so I'm using some scrapbooking paper in kind of pink and purple colors. And I also have some hand-dyed paper right here, also very light purple lavender color. And I have some graph paper, even tracing paper, a book page, and other pattern papers. You really can use anything. You can use your digital print paper, whatever you like, whatever you have on hand. So here's my stack of paper. And now the most important thing for the booklet is to choose your first page. And why is that important? Because your first and last page is going to be visible, because our cover is see-through, right? So that first and last page is also going to play a role over cover in our journal. And I believe I am going to go with this really pretty butterfly paper. I love the purple color, and I think it's going to look really good through the purple cover that we have. And this is what I'm going to go with as a first page in my booklet. So I'm going to fold it to make it the right size to fit inside of our cover. There we are. Measuring it against the spine. It turned out to be just a little bit too long. I need to make it a little bit shorter. And now, how tall is it going to be? We have to look at our first and last hole, because our booklet is going to sit in between that first and the last hole. So this is how tall our pages can be. Now I'm going to use my paper cutter to cut it to size and make sure it fits. All right, let's see if this is a good fit. So we are going to place it behind the long elastic, tucking it in, sliding it to the center, and let's close it. It looks like a good fit. Perfect. Great. So now all we have left to do is we need to fold the remaining pages and cut them to size, roughly the same size as our first sample page. And then we are going to place them inside each other. And I might as well mention right now that I have 15 pages here. That's including our cover page. Now, depending on the thickness of your pages, you may be able to use a little more or a little bit less. It's completely up to you, but I find that 15 pages is a good size. Remember, you don't want to overload this type of journal, because the whole purpose of it is the booklet is removable, right? So once you're done working with that booklet, you should be able to simply remove it and put it to store at home somewhere, someplace safe. That's the whole purpose. You don't want it to be too bulky and too heavy. You just want something small, which is why 15 pages seems like a really good size. All right, let's get to it and get the rest of our papers ready. I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm just going to put together all the pages of the same size and measure them all at once. And here we go. Like that. And a little bit shorter right here. One thing that's going to be a little different is the page with pockets, and let's make that one together. So for that, I'm going to use a double-sided scrapbooking paper. I am going to fold it up on the bottom about 2 inches. This is going to form a pocket on the bottom of our page. Now I am going to measure it out to make it the same size as this paper, as our sample page. Marking it, and I'm cutting it on my marks. There. Now I'm going to fold it this way. I'm going to use my bone folder. And look at that. We created a page with pockets. So we have a pocket here and a pocket on this side. So that's the only difference. The rest of the pages, I'm just going to fold and cut to size. Now all my pages are cut to size and the booklet is put together. I put the pages in the order that I like. Now let's straighten it out, and as you can see, the size is not exactly right here. That's because, you know, the pages that are closer to the center, of course, are being pushed out, so they are a little bit longer. This is a really easy fix. And I see a couple of pages here on top are also a little bit longer. I guess I didn't measure it quite right. Not a problem. We are going to adjust the size right now. So first I'm going to tap my booklet into place. Make sure my bottom is straight. I am going to clip my booklet together. And now I'm going to use my utility knife and a metal ruler. And I am going to cut really slow. You have to be careful. It's not going to work on the first cut, but the more cuts you make, the more pages you'll take off. And here we go, a nice straight edge. The key to success here is to work with a really sharp knife. So make sure you have a fresh blade. And now I'm going to do the same thing on top. There. All done. The top is also very nice and straight. And now that our booklet is ready, once again we have a couple of options. Now the first option, which is very easy, you can leave this booklet as is, meaning you don't have to attach all these pages together. Now in that case, you would simply use your cover and slide the booklet right here and leave it the way it is. This way you can easily remove any page out of the booklet. For example, you don't want this page, remove it, or alternatively you can easily add pages to your booklet. Now let's say you want this page back, you can simply slide it back inside. There. Really easy, really simple. And these pages are not going anywhere, but I would like to have all these pages actually connected together because I want to be sure that my booklet does not fall apart after I remove it from the cover, so that I can store it and I don't have to worry about losing a page once I take it out of here. Now, there are many ways you can connect these pages together, but I promised you this was going to be a no sewing project, so I'm not going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Instead, I'm simply going to use staples. Chances are you have exactly what I have on hand, which is just a regular office stapler. And even if you can open it up and you try to put your staples on the spine, this is not easy to do. I guarantee you are going to miss that spine and possibly get frustrated. Anyway, that's what happens to me. So I came up with just a really easy solution. I'm not going to mess with the stapler. I am going to take some staples out of the stapler, and I'm going to use my knife to very carefully separate a couple of single staples, just like that. Just be careful, watch your fingers, and definitely protect your eyes. You don't want any sharp objects causing an injury. Simple enough. I got 2 staples. Once again, I'm making sure that my booklet is put together properly, like that. And I am going to clip it on top and on the bottom. Here's my staple. I am going to put it right here flush against the spine, and I'm going to put 2 pencil marks on the spine exactly where the prongs are. I hope you can see that. And then I'm going to move that staple down and do the same thing on the bottom. I'm going to mark where the staple's prongs are with my pencil, like that. Now with my awl, I'm going to pierce those holes on the marks that I just made. Straight through. First hole, second hole, straight through the spine. Same on the bottom. First hole, second hole, all done. Now I'm going to flip it over. And it actually makes it easier if you kind of keep your booklet closed. And I'm going to put my staple right through those holes. Like that. Slides right in. You may have to wiggle it a little bit, but if you did everything right, your prongs will pop up right here on the inside. I hope you can see them. And now all we have to do is use a bone folder or the handle of your scissors to push these prongs in exactly on the spine. And you get exactly the same result that you would have had with your industrial stapler, except you have a much better precision here and you did not miss the spine. There. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. Once again, I'm taking my staple, putting it through the holes we just made, wiggle it into place. There. Putting it down. There. All set. And I'm going to find our longer elastic and sliding it right in. And here's our booklet. How cute is that? Now let's talk about the closure. If you take a close look, you can see that this cover already comes with the closure. There's a little tab here, and it sort of just slides into the little hole on the front, and it's going to keep your journal closed. Looks good, but I think it just looks too plain. And besides, if we start adding ephemera on the inside, we might want something a little bit more substantial as a closure. So let's add something else. Once again, I am using my Crocodile Big Bite. I'm going to put a hole right in the center, about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. There we are. Let's set an eyelet. Here we are, the eyelet is ready. Now I'm going to use the same dark purple elastic, and I'm probably going to need about 15 inches, maybe a little bit less, but it's easier to work with when you have a nice length. I'm going to put one end of my elastic through the hole from the inside, like that. I'm going to wrap it around. Now I am going to figure out how long it needs to be, because not only we need to make sure that it's tight enough to keep the journal closed, but we also have to make sure that we can slide it easily to the top, right? So if we make it too tight, we're not going to be able to slide it and take it off and put it on easily. So we have to leave a little bit of room for that. So there, right there would be good. And I'm going to tie a knot right here, now that I measured. And there we have it. Now I'm going to snip off the ends right here. And pull it a little bit closer, like that, so we don't see that little knot. And now let's add this decorative little gourd pin with some goodies. I am going to use this die-cut flower because the colors match beautifully. And in case you're curious, this is by Recollections. These are actually stickers, but I am not going to take the backing off, so it's not going to stick to anything. I'm just going to use it as a die-cut shape. This is a really beautiful set. I really like it. I punched a small hole on top of this little flower shape, and now I'm going to use this garment pin or a gourd pin. So now I attached the flower to the garment pin, and I also tied a small piece of this white and purple twine just to add a little dimension and interest. I also went ahead and added this purple flower to the cover. I think it adds a nice touch. The cover looked a little bit too plain to me, and I like it much better this way. And now for the last touch, I want to show you how we can use this insert, which we removed in the beginning of this project. Now you remember these pockets that were attached to the center of our cover? Well, guess what? We can actually put them right back in. All you have to do is open it right here in the center and slide it right here, right behind your elastic. And now you can store any pieces of ephemera, stickers, wherever you like. There. I'm going to add a sticker here, and maybe a couple of postcards over here, wherever you like. Plenty of room to store your ephemera. So there you go, my friends. We made this beautiful travel journal out of an ordinary plastic coupon holder, which we found at the Dollar Tree. And boy, did we dress it up beautifully. Perfect to take on vacation, perfect to give as a gift. So many wonderful uses. I really hope you like this little project. Let me know in the comments which one of these journals you like better. And also let me know if you think you're going to give this project a try. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your crafting group. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you next time.